Henning, if you could talk a little bit about why you decided to specifically study in a pre-med program, a Bachelor of Science in Pre-Medical and Health Studies, and then Shweta and Sarah, if you could kind of take it from there. Sarah is in our medical and molecular biology program. She's graduating this year, applying to medical school as well. So do you both feel specifically ready to tackle medical school and how you feel prepared by MCPHS? So let's start off with Henning first and then lead into Shweta and Sarah.
Hi guys, as Ali just said, I chose to be a pre-med health studies major, and in my college search, I was certainly looking at a lot of schools because, as all of you know who are looking at pre-med, you can basically do pre-med anywhere, but MCPHS is a rare school where you can actually declare a major that's called pre-med. And for me, that was a pretty cool thing because I knew a lot of my friends who are currently going through pre-med programs at other schools, like picking up prerequisites in a biology major and fitting in chem classes, cramming them in their schedule to get the required amount of credits and courses to go to a med school. They're very stressed, but MCP's program really sets you up to go to med school right out of any arts and sciences degree. So you can go to MCPHS for pre-med. You can also go for biology like Sarah is, or any other science major in the schools of arts and sciences and get all the prerequisites you need for med school. For myself personally, I picked pre-med because of the different classes that you get. Like as Aaliyah mentioned earlier, you get intro to the major, and that's professionals in the med field or people who have experience with getting students into med school, talking about the different resources you need, the different opportunities, and kind of planning out your schedule for you to give you the different opportunities you need and telling you how to apply to med school essentially.
Okay, so a little bit about kind of the upper years at MCPHS, so your third and fourth year. Kind of basing off what Henning was saying, it's a lot more advanced science courses, which I think is definitely going to prepare me for med school. One major thing to know is that the professors, they really keep in touch with the alumni. So any alumni that does go to med school, dental school, if they feel as if there's a subject that could be touched upon or a class that would be better for preparation in med school or dental, they tell the professors. So one of them is Dr. Damasi. He runs an immunology course, biocancer. So a lot of different courses that students told him about to run, and he kind of structures it in a way that's very similar to what you would see in a med school setting. So I think that's why I'd be a little bit more prepared, just because the professors really do take the advice that was given to them in hand. At the end of each semester, each student has to fill out kind of a form saying what the professor should do differently, what did they like, what were the pros and cons, and they really build upon that just to make sure we have a better foundation for our courses. So I would definitely say the upper sciences have helped me a lot. And I've been talking to my friends kind of at med school as well, and they were telling me that these courses, it's going to be good for recognition, and I already know it in advance, where many students at other universities probably don't have the opportunity to take the same courses.
Yeah, so going off of what Shweta was saying, so MCPHS, they actually have a course that's called it's an MCAT Prep course, and you can take it, I think it's offered in the spring semester. And they don't necessarily walk you through the content of the MCAT, but they teach you how to take the test, certain tips and tricks, because the content of the MCAT is everything that you learned during your 4 years. So they're not going to reteach you everything that you just learned. They're going to teach you how you should be taking this test, how you should be preparing. And it's pretty much the same as a Kaplan MCAT course. So Kaplan, which is one of the big MCAT prep companies, they offer these MCAT prep courses that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And the school actually offers it to us as just a regular class, so you're able to take that. For the classes themselves, a lot of them are actually geared towards students who are planning to take some sort of exam after they graduate, whether it be the dental exam, the GREs, the MCAT, whatever it may be. So for example, our biochemistry course, each week, I think I've actually been every single class, the professor actually put up either an MCAT question or the dental admissions test question. And then we would like use our clicker to click in what we thought it was. So that was like our first exposure to what those exams would be asking us. And then during our immunology course that we took with Dr. Damasi, he actually set the tests up the same way an MCAT would be set up. So it would be like choice 1, 2, and 3, or choice 2 and 3, or choice 3 and 1, like those sorts of things, just to get us mentally prepared to see like how that test would be taken, and what sort of studying we would actually need to do to get in that mindset.
One big thing to know about pre-med is that a lot of our professors work at like the major hospitals in the area. So I'm going to bring up Dr. Damasi again. He worked at MGH. So kind of having that like background, he would give us like insights in class of like what type of like students they're looking for when like you are applying in general for a job, and just giving alumni advice too. In preparation for med school, like I mentioned, classes like immunology, I'm taking a course called pharmacology right now. A lot of ologies you might be taking your 3rd and 4th years, I would say. They do prepare you a lot, and I'm super excited. I wish I was in med school so I can give you more of an insight of if it's actually helped or not, but from what alumni have been telling me, they are very beneficial courses. I feel like I am learning a lot, and it's just a good foundation to have in general. So I feel like MCPHS does a good job, and this is more for the 3rd, 4th year I'm kind of referring to, but that intro to major class, it does help you kind of transition and understand like what's like the scoop on campus. And don't be intimidated. I'm pretty sure a lot of people right now are like, what is this ology class she's talking about? What does that mean? That's probably so much going on. And it's so, I was in the same boat, and it's weird. It's a really weird kind of transition, but everything just clicks from all the classes you take your 1st and 2nd year. It's just applying it in a different way. And it's, as a 4th year speaking now, it's weird to see kind of like the transition of me coming into 1st year, a little bit intimidated, but just, and then kind of picking up on that Boston attitude of just going head first, like just dive into the deep end, like see the opportunities available, be a little bit more spontaneous, as well as just taking advantage of the opportunities. So I definitely did my best, hopefully throughout these 4 years, and hopefully they prepare me for med school.